You're going to get stressed. I get stressed. I get out of balance. What I've learned over the years is it's so important to have some internal happiness.
You know, they say today that stress is one of the top killers in America, and it really is, because what happens is you get so bottlenecked. You know what I'm talking about when you wake up every day and you don't want to get out of bed, you don't want to see the people you know and you really care about. If you find a way to create balance in your life by getting rid of some of that stress, whether it's taking time off, relaxing, or going to the gym and working out, or just going for a walk in nature, you will find that you become so much more successful because you're balanced.
When I feel stressed, I come outside of the circumstances. I become the witness. I look at this from a different angle and realize, hey, this is a part of the movie. And we all have those challenging moments. And I take the time to go within, to pray, to meditate, to fast, to cut off the phones, to disengage from life, and do what I have to do to get myself to the next level so that I can get back into the game of life, starting fresh and ready to go.
Whenever I'm feeling stressed, one of the things that I do is I stop and I ask myself, do you need to change your perception about this, or do you need to change your procedure? And that question really illuminates. It allows me to be more resourceful in how I approach that circumstance that was seemingly stressful.
Recently, a woman came into my office and she said, I am just so depressed. I said, I beg your pardon? She said, I'm just so depressed. I said, well, ma'am, how do you act when you're depressed? She said, how do I what? I said, how do you act? How do you walk when you're depressed? She said, well, I kind of take slow, sliding, waddling steps, kind of like this. I said, well, how do you hold your head and shoulders when you're depressed? She said, well, let my shoulders kind of slump forward, my chin hang down on my chest like this. I said, well, how do you talk when you're depressed? She said, well, I kind of talk through my nose in a whining, nasal sound, kind of like this. I said, well, let's try something. I said, get up and try walking across the office, take a little longer, spring your step, hold your shoulders back, hold your head up, put a smile on your face, act like you feel good. She got up, she started to cross the office. She'd take a little longer, spring her step. She had her shoulders back, her head up, about a half smile on her face. She looked at me over her shoulder and she said, you know what? I do feel a little bit better. Now, anytime in the future you get to feeling down and out and the world's against you, what do? You just sit down in a chair like this and you just jump up and you say, I'm depressed.
I always remind my clients that there's always an effortless solution to any apparent problem or challenge.
I think we have to understand that we are responsible for the stress in our lives. It's nothing external from us. Stress is caused because of the interpretation or the meaning that we give things that are happening around us.
Because I know that the moment that I'm stressed is usually when I've left my body, anxiety comes up, and I'm spinning somewhere off in la-la land. So if I can take a moment to breathe, get my feet on the ground, feel whatever it is I'm sitting on, or my back against the wall, wherever I happen to be, if I can get back in my body, that will help bring things down when I can be calm and more focused and get back to my joy.
Scott, may I ask you to illustrate one of those strategies?
Well, as a matter of fact, Dave, I've got an illustration in my action guide. It's called Ants into Apes. Ants. We all have them. It stands for automatic negative thoughts. It's been said that we have over 64,000 thoughts a day. Unfortunately, most of them are negative. Now let me ask you, what's bigger than an ant? Well, an ape, of course. And that stands for automatic positive experience. This can be a memory of anything that's special to you, like your kid's graduation, or a wedding, or even a much-needed vacation you took a while back. Now remember this. Although an ape is much bigger than an ant, 64,000 of those little rascals can take down the biggest of beasts. For me, it's a song by Billy Joel, In the Middle of the Night, that I keep in my front pocket, so to speak. It works like this. Say I'm driving down the road and someone cuts me off. Well, like most people, my ants creep up and I have that knee-jerk reaction, "Wow, you son of a gun!" But then, my ape steps in, which is much more powerful and flicks that ant away while I slip into my favorite tune, In the Middle of the Night. Now, it takes some practice at first, but before you know it, your ape will be standing right outside that anthill and flick those little buggers away as soon as they pop their heads out. That is the power of turning your ants into apes. Well, now here's one of my favorite steps to a happy life. Personal time. For me, I take long drives. Not in traffic, though. No, I take long drives on long stretches of open highway. So that way I can clear my mind and think good thoughts.
I am a fanatic about personal time. I make sure that I have time at the beach, and when I get to the forest, my most important thing is to watch the trees be green.
Simple joy of life.
is to be out in nature, to be at the ocean, to breathe fresh, clean air.
It's always best to enjoy yourself. Don't take yourself too seriously, and enjoy life and those people around you, and just laugh, have a good time.
One suggestion, find your sanctuary. For me, it's my bubble bath, and I love the fact that there's a lock on the door and a fragrant bath bomb and a candle, big bottle of Perrier, maybe a glass of wine. For you, it might be your garden, it might be a big chair, whatever it is, find it.
For the first 30 minutes that I'm awake each day, I lie in bed and plan my day. Just find myself, spend some time with me and through affirmation, prayer, and meditation, and get things right with me.
Every single day within the first hour that you wake up, invest time in the things that make you happy, then healthy, and then wealthy, and tell me how you do then.
The single best way to have personal time is to rest. My patients tell me that they can't sleep because they can't turn off their minds. It's possible to slow down and sleep, but you must give yourself the time to do it.
People are always saying, I don't have enough time to exercise. I say we all have enough time to exercise. We just have to have the commitment. I speak to tens of thousands of people and hundreds of airplane rides a year, and I find the time to exercise because I'm committed to a healthy lifestyle.
You can't pull anything out of an empty bag. You've got to pour into yourself to make sure that you're not mentally, emotionally, and spiritually malnourished. So take care of yourself. You are your greatest commodity.
The last step in the last vault is simple and easy. Smile.